If the idea of squeezing into a loud, crowded party makes your chest tighten, relax. That's not anxiety. That's intelligence kicking in. Your brain didn't panic. It calculated, and it quietly decided this isn't worth the cost. You're not broken, you're not boring, and you're definitely not antisocial. You're just operating on a different psychological setting that most people never notice. Imagine this. It's the weekend. Your phone lights up. Everyone you going to this place downtown, it's packed, but the energy is insane. And instantly, something inside you shuts down. Not because you hate people, not because you hate fun, but because your nervous system just ran a full diagnostic and realized that good vibes come with a hidden tax. Your mind isn't avoiding life, it's protecting clarity. While others chase stimulation, your brain asks a better question. What will this cost me afterward? Let's talk about what's actually happening inside your head. First, your brain doesn't filter, it absorbs. Most people walk into a crowd and their brain goes into low power mode. Background noise fades, faces blur, conversations become static. Your brain does the opposite. It records everything. The tone shifts, the forced laughter, the micro-expressions people don't realize they're leaking, the music, the lights, the emotional temperature of the room. Psychologists call this sensory processing sensitivity. Translation, your brain refuses to ignore data. It's like everyone else is watching life in standard definition and you're stuck in Ultra HD with surround sound, whether you want it or not. About 20% of humans are wired this way. 1 in 5 people experiencing the world at full volume. And the wild part? Your brain doesn't just notice, it stores. That awkward moment from weeks ago? Filed. That strange vibe someone gave you? Saved for later reference. That's not overthinking, that's pattern recognition. This trait once kept humans alive. While others relaxed, your ancestors noticed danger early. The problem is modern society doesn't reward awareness, it rewards noise. Second, you're not antisocial, you're allergic to fake energy. You don't hate people, you hate pretending. Crowds are full of performances. I'm having fun, I'm listening, I'm totally fine. And you see through all of it. Your brain constantly translates what's really happening beneath the words. Body language, tension, emotional leaks people don't know they're broadcasting. That's exhausting. Not because you're judgmental, but because you're perceptive. Studies show people who prefer solitude often score higher in emotional intelligence, meaning you're not socially awkward, you're socially advanced. You'd rather have one honest conversation at 2 a.m. than attend 20 events where everyone is selling a version of themselves. That's not avoidance, that's integrity. Small talk isn't hard for you, it's just mentally empty. Your nervous system wants depth, not performance. Third, your reward system plays by different rules. Here's where it gets interesting. When extroverts walk into a party, their brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical. They feel energized, alive, charged. Your brain? Nothing. Instead, it runs on acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter linked to focus, reflection, creativity, and calm. Your high comes from quiet moments, late-night thinking, solo walks, reading, silence. While others need stimulation to feel alive, you need space to access your best thinking. Neuroscience even shows introverted brains often have more activity in regions linked to planning and deep thought. So when you look like you're doing nothing, your mind is building something. You're composing entire worlds internally while others chase surface-level noise. Fourth, you absorb emotions like a sponge. Ever walk into a room and instantly feel something's off even though everyone's smiling? That's not imagination, that's emotional attunement. Your mirror neurons are highly active. You don't just observe emotions, you pick them up. In crowds, you're not only managing your feelings, you're unconsciously carrying everyone else's stress, excitement, tension, and anxiety. That's why you need recovery time after social events. Not because you're weak, because your nervous system just processed emotional data from dozens of people at once. But this is also your superpower. You read between the lines. You sense needs before words are spoken. You understand emotional layers most people never notice. Many people struggle to understand themselves. You understand everyone. That's not a flaw, that's rare. And finally,
You're not escaping life, you're choosing depth. The world glorifies busy, loud, visible living. If you're not everywhere, all the time, surrounded by people, posting constantly, something must be wrong with you. But you already figured out the truth most people avoid. Silence isn't empty, it's where clarity lives. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's where you meet yourself. You're not missing out, you're opting out of a system built for noise, not insight. The quietest spaces often hold the deepest truths. Your peace isn't isolation, it's freedom. So when someone asks, why don't you go out more? Remember, they're asking why you don't exhaust yourself to fit into spaces that were never designed for minds like yours. You're not broken, you're not boring, you're not antisocial. You're built for depth in a world addicted to distraction. And that's exactly what makes you powerful. So tell me, are you team crowds give me life, or team I'd rather sit with my thoughts in a cactus? Drop it in the comments. If this hit a little too close, subscribe and watch the next video on screen. It breaks down another introvert trait most people misunderstand, and it's uncomfortably accurate.